Types of bread around the world. History of bread. 1. Prehistoric era. The first bread appeared around 12,000 years ago. During this time, humans cultivated and ground grains which then produced flour. The flour was then mixed with water and formed into a simple dough. The dough was then heated on a hot stone which would later produce a flat bread, which will be heated on a hot stone which will produce a flat bread. 2. Ancient Egypt. Ancient Egypt is believed to have invented the technique of making the first yeasted bread. During this time it was discovered that dough left outside would rise due to a natural fermentation process which produced soft and fluffy bread which we know as yeast bread. Apart from that, experts also believe that the ancient Egyptians were the first to use ovens to bake bread more efficiently. 3. Ancient Rome. In this era, bread making is increasingly developing by utilizing various fermentation techniques, and the tools used are also becoming more efficient. Nowadays, the bread produced has become increasingly varied. 4. Medieval. In this era, bread has become a staple food for European people. In this era, the system of distributing bread still continues the tradition of Roman times, namely based on social class, where white bread is for the upper class and coarser bread is for the common people. 5. Industrial Revolution 18th and 19th centuries. In this era, bread production experienced major changes due to the invention of machines that made it easier for workers to bake and grind bread so that the capacity produced became larger and more efficient. In the 19th century, there was also a major innovation, namely the discovery of dry yeast by Louis Pasteur, who discovered that fermentation in bread made the bread rise and the resulting texture was softer so that bread making could be more controlled and could be produced in large quantities. 6. 20th century. In this era, bread development is increasingly rapid and there are more and more variations available to meet increasingly diverse market needs. The meaning of bread in every religion. Christianity. 1. Bread symbolizes the body of Christ who has sacrificed for the salvation of mankind. 2. Bread has a deep meaning, especially in the context of the communion, which reflects a deep connection with the Jewish tradition. 3. Bread in the communion of the host symbolizes the unity of Christians with Christ and each other. Islam. 1. In Islam, bread is considered a blessing from God. 2. Bread has an important symbol of alms and hospitality. Hinduism. In Hinduism, bread is often used in worship events to the gods and goddesses. This bread is considered as a gift of gratitude to God for the blessings given. Judaism. In Judaism, bread has a strong spiritual meaning, especially in the celebration of Easter. This bread symbolizes the liberation of the Israelites from slavery in Egypt. Buddhism. In Buddhism, it has an important meaning in the context of offerings and charity. Type of bread. Baguette is a bread that has a long and thin shape with a crispy outside and soft inside. The word baguette comes from Latin, which means stick. This bread is only made from flour, yeast, water, and salt. This bread is the most popular and most widely consumed bread in France. This baguette is one of the breads that is included in the list of World Cultural Social Gatherings. Brioche bread is a type of sweet bread originating from France that has a golden color, with a soft and fluffy texture. The dough is enriched with eggs, butter, and milk, used in various dishes from sandwiches to desserts. Ciabatta bread comes from Italy with crispy outside and soft inside, which has a long, wide, and elongated shape. Made from flour, water, yeast, salt, and sometimes additional olive oil. Consists of several variants, namely ciabatta integral and ciabatta con olive. Popular in making sandwiches and paninis. Focaccia bread comes from Italy with a flat shape that has a soft texture. The dough is similar to pizza dough. Can be used as a main or a complementary food. Rye bread is a popular bread in Europe, especially in Germany. Is a bread made from a mixture of rye flour and wheat flour. Can be used as a sandwich, accompaniment to soup, snacks, and traditional dishes. Sourdough bread. Bread that is naturally fermented with yeast and good bacteria. Has a chewy texture with a distinctive taste and aroma. Can be served as a sandwich, snack, or accompaniment to soup. Bagels. Comes from Eastern Europe, with a round shape made from flour and yeast. The preparation is very typical, namely boiling it first before baking. Can be used as breakfast or snack with various fillings such as cream cheese or smoked meat. Chapati bread comes from South Asia with a flat shape made from whole wheat flour, water, and salt. The manufacturing process does not use yeast, so it will not rise like other bread, and it is cooked on a frying pan without using oil. Often served as a complementary dish. Naan bread comes from India and is very popular in other Asian countries too. Has a softer and chewier texture than other bread. Serve whole or cut in half and eaten with chicken or vegetables both in the morning and evening. Tortilla comes from Mexico and Central America and is round, flat and unleavened. Consists of two types, namely corn tortillas and flour tortillas. It is a flexible staple that Visa adapts to various types of dishes. Arepa bread is a traditional bread originating from Venezuela and Colombia. Has a flat shape formed from ground corn dough with a crunchy texture on the outside and soft on the inside. Can be used as breakfast or dinner and can be used as a snack with various additions such as cheese, avocado, butter, sausages and various other vegetables. Grissini bread is a typical bread bar originating from the city of Turin, Piedmont, Italy. Has a long and slender shape on the outside, with a crispy texture on the outside and soft on the inside. In various Italian restaurants, it is served as an appetizer accompanied by cheese, meat or vegetables and can be used as an accompaniment to the main dish dipped in sauce or soup. Pita bread. This bread is popular in various countries, especially the Middle East, Mediterranean and South Asia. Has a round and flat shape with a soft and thin texture and a slightly crunchy crust on the outside. This bread has pockets inside, where the pockets will expand when baked. This bread is popular as a sandwich wrapper and as a pizza base. South Korean cream cheese garlic bread is a variant of garlic bread that is very popular in South Korea, using round bread filled with cream cheese and covered in garlic sauce then baked. Has a unique sweet, savory and creamy taste that comes from a mixture of cream cheese, butter and garlic, often served as an appetizer at dinner, but can also be served as a snack that can be found in cafes. Simit bread. This is a traditional round bread sprinkled with sesame seeds originating from Turkey. Has a crunchy texture on the outside and soft on the inside with a slightly savory and sweet taste. In Turkey, this bread is consumed as breakfast or as a snack when relaxing. This bread has become a cultural symbol of Turkey and is often connected with the daily life of Turkish people. Crumpets. This is a typical English bread that is small and round, has a soft and supple texture inside and the top surface has small holes. Served as breakfast or snack, it has a distinctive feature, namely that the top layer has holes which allow butter and other toppings to seep into it. Challah bread. This is a typical Jewish bread with a braided shape and a sweet and soft taste. This bread is usually served at religious events such as the Sabbath and Jewish holidays. This bread is an important part of Jewish tradition, which has deep cultural and spiritual meaning. Croissants. It is a crescent-shaped pastry originating from France. Has a multi-layered texture that is crispy on the outside and soft on the inside. Not only popular in France, but also popular in various other countries as a luxurious breakfast or snack. Bao. This is a steamed bread that originates from China and is one of the most popular foods in East Asia. Has a round shape with a soft and chewy texture with various fillings such as meat, vegetables or sweet ingredients. Can be used as a main dish or as a snack. Cornbread is a bread made from corn flour as the main ingredient which is very popular in North America. Has a denser texture and is less grainy than regular wheat bread. Has various types and variations based on regions and culinary traditions. Usually served as a side dish or as a snack eaten with butter. Whole wheat bread. This is bread made from whole wheat flour. This is bread that contains high levels of vitamins, protein and fiber. This is bread that tends to have a bland taste because it does not contain sugar.